Hello, Sagittarius North Node. This is Samara, your feminist alchemist. Welcome to your reading for May 2022. This is a general reading, so not all the messages will resonate with everybody. Just take what strikes a chord with you and leave the rest on offer to whoever else in your Sagittarius North Node family needs to hear that message at the moment. If you are feeling this reading, give it a like, a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to be notified when I upload. This is a North Node reading, so if you're not sure what your North Node sign is, you can check the North Node chart, which is on my website. I've linked that in the description box below. I've also included a link to where you can run your birth chart for free if you would like to see the whole picture. What is the North Node, you ask? It is a mathematical point in your birth chart that signifies where your greatest source of soul expansion lies, and ultimately what your soul wants and needs and is quite possibly contracted to experience in this lifetime as well. If you'd like some more information on the North Node, I do have a video that describes how the North Node was explained to me by my guides, and I've also included a link specifically for Sagittarius North Node by Astro Finesse, who is an astrologer here on YouTube. He has a quite detailed video of the specifics of having your North Node in Sagittarius. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. We'll start this reading by accessing which universal energies your spirit team would like you to focus on, what is being amplified and on offer for you to work with in the month of May. And for that, I'm going to use the Return of Spirit deck by Cheryl Lee Harnish. I've pre-shuffled all of your cards and meditated on them. So this seems like the first reading of the day for me, Sagittarius. So it may take a while for the cards to warm up. Your first card is Assistance. Feel free to fast forward through this part. Up. Kind of like it that way. Anyway, maybe I'll try that out because the card spun that way on its own. Oops. And, oh, I dropped it. Union and Power. So we'll try it out this way today because the energy seems to want these little adjustments. And the card under the deck is Contact. Interesting. So Assistance and Up. You're going to be getting a lot of assistance in the month of May, a lot of help from divine guides. If you are in contact with your galactic family, galactic guides, you may be getting that as well, especially with kind of the Contact card underneath the deck there. And I'm getting that you're getting help. They're showing me that these two cards together are blue. And they're showing me that these two cards are like, this is a more feminine shape. This is a masculine shape. Because the energy here is kind of circular, spherical, infinity. And this is, well, I see a penis. I don't know what anyone else sees. It's also an arrow, right? But it's very pointed, directed energy. Feminine and masculine. So you're going to have a very balanced feeling of support come in, where you're going to feel like you know exactly what to do, or you're going to feel empowered with the power card over here to do what you want or need to do for more balance in your life. Union. I see some very close friendships forming, if not a very significant relationship where it feels right on a soul level. Soul tribe coming in, and even if the romantic relationship doesn't stay romantic, they're telling me. So there could be someone that you meet, people that you meet where the feelings are, the connection feels intense, so you may at first think that it's a new love. And it is a new love, but it may not be a romantic love. But this I'm getting, you're going to find, I don't want to say your other half, but you're going to find people, come into union with people, whether it's some of them may not be long-term. Interactions with people that allow you to step into your power, because they're also showing me the similarities between like this gold and the yellow here. You're going to recognize how much power you have. You have the opportunity to, rather, recognize the power that you actually have over your life in this world. So I'm getting that you may all of a sudden feel emboldened to do things that you were thinking that you couldn't do, or if you thought that you were stuck in a rut, if you thought that you were stuck in situations with people, places, or things that will be hard to change. Now in May, it's not going to matter whether or not you think it's difficult. You're just going to do it because you feel the very real you feel that you can. You know that you can. That's the point. Let's go to your 5D. What is your higher self? Trying to communicate with you. We have grace. I'm just trying to get a few before I show you them. We have to get 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 more. And this is Sacred Geometry's Oracle. Sacred Geometry Activations and Sacred Geometry of Relationships. I blended both decks together into one stack. Five. I just need one more. that one. Okay, let's see. Sagittarius North Node, what is your higher self trying to communicate with you for the next step in your soul expansion for the month of May? We have solar plexus chakra, which I was totally getting from the power card. Solar plexus. Then we have compassion. Like that. Root chakra. Fertility. Ooh, okay. Some of you are, if you don't want to get pregnant, this is probably a month to really be mindful of that. Or if you don't want to make someone pregnant, depending on which side of the yin and yang you are on. So, an empowerment is your final card. Yeah. So, with Grace, I'm seeing here that you may get into a much better position in life, or be offered a much better position in life. And Grace is also kind of about being humble, and Grace is being balanced between all the ups and downs. But because you have the up card here, I'm feeling that you're going to have a really awesome opportunity. It's also up to you to recognize what an awesome opportunity is. An awesome opportunity is not just, something material, right? It could be, although they're saying that it probably will be material, or at least access to more material things. So the opportunity to vastly improve your life, however, that will mean that you have to leave some people, some situations behind, and that will be fine. Because your solar plexus chakra, you really have to look to maintaining your sense of self, your personal power, and not giving that power away, especially for the sake of making someone feel better about you making strides and them not necessarily making strides. And when certain people lash out, being compassionate and not really getting yourself mixed up with the drama that's going on with them. Because it's not your responsibility if your success or the strides that you are making them feel inadequate. You can definitely have empathy, because we've all been there at some point, but it's about not judging the person and letting them take their journey, learn their lessons as they need to learn them. You have the power to feel grounded, Sagittarius North Node. Yeah, you have to ground. They want you to look at your grounding, your sense of safety, your sense of security in general, in your body and in your home. And they're stressing body as well. Like the word bodies is on this card. They highlighted it to me. It is you're going to need to go slower with your body. I'm getting the feeling that you've been pushing it too hard. there needs to be more care and compassion for your body as well. It's really kind of a mixed bag of energies at this point. Fertility. So this is like for a very small subsection of you. There is something about bringing a soul into the world. So that would be a baby. This could also be about partnerships, though, that a creative partnership that builds not even just a creative partnership, a partnership that creates something. So it could be, it doesn't have to be an artistic or creative business, but creating a business or a structure that is empowering, creating a structure that is empowering. And this comes through getting in touch with people, with helpful people, helpful souls and souls that understand you almost immediately. So the people that come into your life, that you'll recognize them because you feel like you've known them for a long time, and you likely, yes, you have known them for a long time. And your higher self is saying that, some of the effects of these unions, of these friendships, these partnerships will not be conscious, let's say. So it's not like, there are going to be cases where you may just really get a pep talk, or really someone saying something to you that makes you feel empowered. But this is more a feeling of someone gets into your field and switches, changes the switches, changes the wiring subconsciously. And you wake up feeling more empowered, feeling more hopeful, feeling more of a can-do type of attitude, and it changes how you move about life. Now, on this side, I'm getting that this is a quite feminine energy on this side, and this is a masculine energy on this side. So I'm getting on the left side here is how is for you, feeding yourself, and on the right side is more how you act out in the world, your actions in the month of May. I already shuffled this. Why am I shuffling it again? It's just habit. So I'll get we're going to go to the 3D now and check out what is going on in your physical reality that is showing up as opportunities for growth. The first card is Serenity, which is the Hermit card. This is the Star Child Tarot by Danielle Noel, and it is a full deck. With this, I just took the major arcana and the bonus cards to get the major themes for you for the month of May. We have the Magician in reverse. Okay. Then we have the Star. And Awakening. Oh, shoot. Did I just flip that over? No, it's upright. Okay. Good, good, good. With the Hermit card or Serenity card, you may finally have time to yourself, or you're really at the tipping point where you really need time for yourself. But I'm getting that the state of being able to have your own space, be in your own energy, that is playing a major role in the month of May. You may be having trouble manifesting what you desire with the Magician in reverse. And the Star and the Hermit together, or Serenity, I'll call it Serenity since that's what it says. The Star and Serenity together is giving me this, there's something that you're not really able to live out because of your environment. At least that's how you feel about it. Like you would be able to achieve more with more solitude. I'm getting there's a lot of self-discovery happening right now, and that the pace of life that you've been keeping has not really been serving you. It's almost like you're just going along for the ride, kind of. And this is why you have so much help coming in, because assistance is kind of, I'm getting a more otherworldly divine vibe, and union I'm getting is earthly helpers. And you have the two of them coming together to break you out of this cycle, because this cycle that continues, that seems to be, that wants to come to an end. Like you have the Awakening card, which is number 20, and in the traditional deck that would be Judgment. So you definitely feel the call to change the pace of life, especially if you're having health issues or burnout, something that has to do with your body. I'm also getting if you're in a career where you have to use your body. So they showed me like a model or someone who uses their physical beauty. Well, they showed me a model, and a model like working out at all hours and really restricting their diet and such. Yet there's something about it is damaging to them, or it's, and not psychologically, like really in a physical way. And if you work with your body, lifting, if your job requires your musculature or your looks, you have to look at if you're really doing your body's service right now, because you only get the one. And there's totally a time and totally people who believe pushing the body is, a rush, and it's about discipline and willpower. But your body is your body, and it gives you signals, because it is like your body is much smarter than you. Let's just say that right off the bat. We convince ourselves that we have to tell the body what to do, how to act. We have to give it, and we teach it what to do. And on some level, yes, but that's a very small fraction of what the body actually does. The body adjusts to your every input in hundreds of millions of ways that you cannot control. Your body is a computer, basically, a living computer that keeps you standing up straight or sitting up straight, keeps you breathing, keeps you blinking so that your eyes don't dry out. You know what I'm saying? It's doing so many things. You have to give it the compassion that it needs. And you have to stand up for it. You have to be an advocate for your own body. So if your body is being tormented, they gave me the word tormented by your lifestyle, then you need to change your lifestyle, because it's not your body that's going to change. All right? At least in this case, in this reading, your body changing to suit what's going on in your life will not serve you well. At least not in the way that you're going about it, which seems to be, up to now, the cards are showing me that you're not very compassionate to your physical form. That you kind of treat it like a machine that has to do what you say it has to do, and it's not a back and forth conversation between what your body needs and what you need from it. And that's a conversation that needs to be had. You may find in the month of May that you have a lot of opinions in your ear about how you're to act, what you're to do, what your priorities should be, how to go about things. And right now it's looking like, I'm going to check the next deck of cards, but right now it's looking like your own counsel is what is most important. But we'll find that out. For sure, you're seeking to turn off those voices. However, you need to be discerning of the voices, because some of them are coming from very helpful and well-meaning people. I'm also getting with the Magician in reverse that you may be giving away your power and letting other people make decisions, or letting the universe just, letting whatever happens, and being like, oh, I couldn't do anything about it. Of course you could have done something about it. Like, for the most part, we are not powerless. Really, they want me to say we never are powerless, even if you feel powerless. But for you, Sagittarius North Node, there is a sense of, the Magician in reverse is giving me like you've given up on trying, or you're near giving up on trying. Like there's a weariness of it all. And that could also be because your health is declining, or you're in challenging place with your health. Again, this is by no means medical advice. So if you are feeling away physically, you should check with a medical professional of your choice. This reading is just saying that your wherewithal, your energy for manifesting and taking on more challenging tasks has been depleted by what's going on with you physically. Which is why you may have a friend come in that says to take better care of yourself, or who cooks you food. Right? So that's another way that the help can come in. So I'm checking now what advice your higher self and your higher guides have for you on how to navigate this real world situation, real world, physical reality, 3D situations for your highest good in the month of May. And for that, I will use the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Krantz. We already got a couple cards here. We have the Emperor in the upright and the Devil in reverse. We got the Star again, but it's in reverse. The Four of Swords. Now I'm getting a signal that I have to switch things about. Okay. Yeah, we're good. And the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on here. The Emperor in the upright. This is you taking control of the situation, which is why we have the solar plexus chakra here. The Grace card is coming to say also be in control of your temper. So if you need to distance yourself from people because they're not serving you, or if you just need time or space to yourself, try to communicate that with grace. If someone has stuck their neck out for you, but now their support is feeling kind of, I don't want to say burdenous, what's the word I'm looking for? Like they're suffocating you. Tell them thanks for all your support up to now. I have it from here, or I just need time to, wrap my head around things. So take your space. If you need space, take your space and do it diplomatically. All the advice that you get or input, also receive it diplomatically, but be discerning about which advice you take. And if you got an opportunity, as I said, if you got an opportunity where other people are feeling jealous and they're hating on you, perhaps lashing out at you, also be the Emperor, as in being firm in what you know and knowing that, you don't have to get caught up in other people's drama and other people's emotions about that. Oh. I put down the cards in the wrong direction. I'm just going to ask them if, yeah, they want this. Like that. they don't want it like that. I just had to get because usually I'd put the cards down this way, but I put them down this way. But they said, there's no accidents here. So, okay. I'll still read in this direction though, right? No, they want it this way. So the Magician and the Devil in reverse. So dealing with one reverse card with another reverse card. You're two in your head, overthinking, and in kind of webs of your own making. This is what is blocking your ability to manifest anything. And you have like negative self-talk or just a negative outlook on things. Sagittarius North Node, those of you watching, I'm getting that you're more of a negative Nancy than you may be aware of. Meaning that you feel defeated before you've even begun the fight. And your guides want you to know that they don't make you fight because things are difficult to get or to prove anything. And they're not actually making you fight either. So this is hard to put into words what they're communicating. Your negativity is making your life more difficult. And your negativity seems to come in the form of feeling defeated before you've even began, or having reasons as to why you shouldn't do things or why you can't do things, overreading into situations, so overthinking things as opposed to just doing what you doing and seeing where that goes, like a need to control the outcome. By some type of deep fear of being disappointed. They're saying laziness, and may not be laziness as in physical laziness. It's laziness in ambition, laziness in pushing past your own blockages and doing the inner work. So the Devil in reverse is really asking you to, there's no coincidences in a tarot reading. You have empowerment, you have the Power card here, and you have the Magician, who is our master manifester, in reverse, which is basically a disempowered wizard, or not acknowledging your inner wizard. And then you have the Devil, who is in... The Devil card is usually, you see two people with the Devil, or a horned figure. You see two people in loose chains. So it's like they could always just leave, but they're almost entranced by the Devil. And you need to release yourself from your own Devil, from your own negative patterns that you may have. Some of you may also fall back onto habits or fall back into this serenity, isolating yourself as part of your Devil, like not letting people help you. And that's going to be critical for you in the month of May, that you allow people to help you and that you believe in your own divine nature and that you're worthy of divine assistance. And that there actually is such a thing as divine assistance. So that also has its plays its role in the month of May. The Star in the reverse. To me, I'm getting the reverse cards as a reflection at the moment. because it's interesting that you have the star upright and then you have also the star reversed as a means for dealing with the star in the upright at the moment. The star in reverse is reflecting on any sense of insecurity, pessimism. That's the word I was looking for, pessimism. Yeah. Or any disappointments of the past. These are things that you're going to have to let go. Once again, the star in reverse is like you should be asking for guidance if from whichever divine source you believe yourself to be guided by. And reflect on your insecurities, past disappointments, and do let them go. Right. And the Four of Swords is another reflection of of compassion, because Four of Swords is about rest for me. Rest and rejuvenation, resting your mind especially. In this reading, I'm getting resting your body as well, but the solar plexus is this gold. The power card is this yellowy gold, and then you also have, the lamb's third eye is gold. So I'm getting that you're not going to be given this break that you need. You will have to very purposefully, mindfully, and intentionally say, I am taking a break. Don't call me. I'm not coming to work, or, and it's about, so as soon as I said, taking time off of work, I got this shock of, the fear of insecurity or security. You have like a lot of insecurity down here. Oh, yeah. So a lot of lower chakra insecurity, meaning that I feel a lot of fear of changing the par for the course, changing the way of doing things, because you're afraid of losing your source of income, or you think that it's going to jeopardize your source of income. But this is also part of the pessimism, because if you're stuck in a rut, then obviously if you start changing things, you may end up changing jobs, right? If the job does not serve you, like if you don't get paid enough, if you end up working too much, if it is adversely affects your health, why do you want to keep it, right? Yes, you may have responsibilities, but this is where then you get into the devil in reverse and the star in reverse kind of mindset, and this is what you're called in May to look at and change, because how are you supposed to make any changes in your life if you're afraid of losing even the things that you don't even like? You know what I mean? So and if you're pessimistic about changes, like obviously if you end up leaving or losing a job, and you're pessimistic about finding a new one, then you'll have a hard time finding a new one. If you think that it was all for the better because your life wasn't what you wanted it to be anyway, then the universe will start lining up the people and the assistance that you need so that you can move up in life. But that is something that you have to embody. And that is, this is healing past disappointments and being compassionate with yourself. Like I got that from the star card as well, but more of a reflective energy. And then the Four of Swords is actively, intentionally taking that mental and physical break that you need, because that's just what needs to be done. Without the fear that you're going to lose your job, lose momentum in your career, lose respect of your colleagues or whatever. You need to take care of yourself first. This huge amount of, not a huge amount, but these two very significant cards with the solar plexus energy here, and on this kind of feminine feeling side with the assistance, is saying to me that this is part of, it's almost a predestined crossroads. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to look at your soul purpose in a very, cast a wide net over it so that it applies to as many of you as possible. So some general common themes for all of the Sagittarius North Node who are watching this video. The first card you got here is the Strength card in the upright, which I totally can see that. You have the Lamb pictured a second time. So there's a feeling here with the Strength card of one of your soul purposes is to protect those that are weaker than you, and protect your own tender self. Because the Strength card is the Lion and the Lamb. What else for Sagittarius North Node and their soul's purpose in this lifetime? We have the Page of Cups in reverse. We have Justice in reverse. Card for Sagittarius. That was a slip. Unless you want this one. Yeah, they want that one. And another one. Or do you not want another one? Anyway, Knight of Cups in reverse. Interesting. I keep feeling like there's something else, but I'm going to talk first and then we'll see if there's anything that comes up to be clarified. So the Strength card, as we said, the Lion and the Lamb. So you are in this lifetime to be the Lion and the Lamb, to be the two sides of this, know when to be vulnerable, know when to be strong. There's an element of discernment in here as well. Protecting those weaker than you, but I'm also seeing like protecting yourself, protecting your inner child. So there may be, I feel like in your adult life, you are called to let your inner child be well, which means parenting yourself. I'm getting parenting yourself out of that one. So this may or may not apply to you, so take it as it resonates. But if you had a difficult relationship or no relationship with a parent, then that parent is whose role you have to play for yourself. Page of Cups in reverse is you may have a lot of situations where you don't know how, that you can't really navigate emotionally, or you have trouble navigating emotionally. I'm surprised that there's so many reverse cards in your soul's purpose area. Okay, I'm just going to speak. You have trouble on a soul level. You would be put through situations where you feel emotionally unable to cope, or you don't know how to navigate things emotionally, which causes you to get out of balance. And they're showing me specifically like this darker female, the one in the shadows here. So your negativity comes to the surface often, and that negativity could be like the disappointment can run very, very, very deep, like soul level disappointment, right? Core wounding disappointment, childhood disappointment, which means like soul wise, you are meant to, like, you signed up basically to have difficulties or a moment in your life where emotional growth was difficult, if not stunted altogether. And you became weary. Pessimism, negativity, thrown off balance, basically. Because I see like a lot of situations where, especially as a young person, where you're hopeful, optimistic, and perhaps, and there were many disappointments. Like it seems like you learned that the world in some aspect is a cruel place, and so you just don't wish for anything, right? So the Knight of Cups in reverse is I get more of the energy that you don't necessarily put yourself out there. And your emotions can be like erratic. So as I said, this is a general overview of like your soul's purpose. It doesn't necessarily mean they're showing me one path in life, or of your soul's purpose and evolution, of things that you're meant to learn how to navigate. And here I see you navigating, troubles with emotional development. Which is, it's, in a way, it's very broad, because aren't we all doing that? But this is very specific in that I feel something blocked the maturing of your emotions. And so you fall into negativity and pessimism often, and also seeing people as being manipulative, perhaps, and not trusting people. So there's an imbalance between your sweet self and your self that's on the defensive, right? The Strength card is being in balance with your sweet self and your self that is, defending and, asserting itself and also roaring when you need to roar, right? I'm going to take another card for this corner because it just feels a little... Because if the Knight of Cups is erratic... Yeah, let me just double. I'm going to try one more time. If nothing pops out, then, okay, something popped out. Knight of Cups. Clarification for the Knight of Cups. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick look at the Knight of Cups in reverse. Because what I'm getting, which way do you want the cards to be? Like that. Okay. With the Knight of Cups in reverse is that, emotional overreacting as well. Overreacting to situations, burning bridges that don't need to be burnt, kind of thing. And taking like overreacting to situations. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. I have and the 2 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, and the 2 of Swords. So just a bit more about the Knight of Cups. So I'm getting that, yeah, you may be also avoiding personal connection. So you may find yourself I don't know what's the word, let's call it a player, for lack of a better word, a womanizer, or whatever the opposite is of a womanizer for a female. But it may be difficult for you to make emotional connections because of this. The 8 of Pentacles in reverse. You really have to focus on working on yourself in this lifetime. Like, your soul's purpose is to jump into this learning about yourself and self-care, self-love with both feet. And and also letting go, I'm going to put this back, also letting go of the idea that anyone is going to prove to you that it's worthwhile to be optimistic, or it's worthwhile to do this work for yourself. It has to be you. It has to be you. Like, you are both. Assistance will come in to help you, but it has to be something that you want. It has to be something that you dedicate yourself to as a way of improving your life. And it has to be something that you know that even that disappointments are a natural part of life. And just because you still have disappointments does not mean that the work is not worth it. Because when you give up on the work altogether, then you're missing out on what you can create, just because there's certain things that you can't, which, those things were not necessarily meant for you, or you got out of the experience all that you needed to get out of it. But the end goal that you placed on it was not necessarily what you were supposed to get out of it. So we'll leave that there. I'm going to read your final oracles that I just shuffled from this deck, Queen of the Moon by Stacey DeMarco. You got Blossoming, card 33, and Darkness. This is Flower Moon, Blossoming, and number 40, Long Night Moon, Darkness. And I'm just going to read directly from the guidebook for those two. Flower moon, blossoming, do not give up. You have planned for this. Take no notice of what others think or say about you. Open and rise. Someone around you may be jealous of your success. Mark your victories. The affirmation is, I joyfully blossom and I feel no fear. In the country in which I live, there really aren't a lot of meadows, that classic kind of gently rolling open space, often between a forest or mountains. This kind of space whispers to you, here, rest a while. Lay down, my friend, it's soft. The first true meadow I saw was in Yosemite National Park in the United States. It was early spring. The snows had pretty much stopped and nature had taken her opportunity. In front of me, as far as I could see, was a green meadow of grasses covered in blossoming flowers. It was so beautiful it almost made me cry. I just stood there for a long while, taking it all in. It felt so hopeful and new and joyful. So I felt hopeful, renewed, and joyful. I walked into the meadow and was soon surrounded by this blossoming. The flower fragrance drifted up with the breeze. There was a dusting of pollen on my clothes. I could hear the contented buzzing of a few insects. In that moment, I was so grateful to be part of the meadow. Anything seemed possible here. There is a time to blossom. We plant seeds, physically and metaphorically, so they will blossom into what we intend. Perhaps the journey has been long and hard, but we shouldn't give up, especially if we are close. Fear is usually the thing that prevents flow and blossoming. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of change, fear of what people think. I could go on, but no, if we can release the useless fears and begin to enjoy our growth and eventual blossoming, it will all be worthwhile. The companion stone or metal is ruby. Okay, and card 40. Long night moon, darkness. You are entering a time of introversion, a leaner time, or a time to turn inward to plan and strategize. It is time to do shadow work, which will bring big dividends later on. Release what no longer works for you. The affirmation is, the darkness needs to be there as much does the light. Oh, I need to plug in. Sorry, guys, one moment. Okay. All right. One of the earliest human fears is said to be a fear of the dark. We fear what we can't see, and we fear what may be hiding. In reality, the dark is as important as the light. In nature, there are many nocturnal animals that go about the business of living under the moon, not the sun. The darker times of the lunar and seasonal cycles signal a time to naturally turn inwards, to stay close to home, to look closely at ourselves, and to plan for the light. In the northern hemisphere, the long night moon usually occurred in December around the winter solstice. This is when the nights are indeed long and the hours of sunshine short. It's cold and people would begin to be snowed in. It is during these long nights we can begin to do our shadow work, undertaking the self-reflection needed to identify what isn't working for us and what might be causing us pain. This could be a bad habit, a destructive pattern, a reoccurring useless fear, or anything that holds us back from being the best we can be. Once we see these aspects of ourselves in the dark, we can simply decide whether they must go. We can decide to release them once and for all. We get to transform. And the companion stone or metal is onyx. Okay, and your final messages from the guides. These are just short. I think it's that one because it just flew out. This is no guidebook reading for this one. Never judge another. That really didn't come in during the reading that I remember. Or maybe towards the beginning, but I don't remember. So take that one as it resonates. And that's it. That's it, Sagittarius North Node. I wish you all the best. Till next time, you can check out Grounding into Gaia, which is my monthly series. And otherwise, I will see you next month. And until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.